If I have to hear about Black Lives Matter or white privilege one more time, I am absolutely going to just do a video or something. Well, here goes. You know what the greatest privilege is of all? It's being born in this country of America. You get more opportunities from that day forward than any country on the planet, no question about it. And I got to tell you, I'm glad I was not born in like Albania or Syria. Let's get real. And guess what? That's not a racial thing. Probably the greatest privilege as far as things go and as far as fairness goes is the privilege of being rich or being born rich. There is no question there is privilege tied to wealth. Again, though, that's not a racial thing. I'll admit there's probably more rich white people than any other, but it's still not a racial thing. Now, I've got some things personally that I think I'm privileged about. One is I was born in the home with a man and a woman that loved each other and their family and raised their kids in a healthy environment. And you know what? That's an unusual thing nowadays. I'm grateful for that, and certainly gave me many advantages. But it's not racial. It's not about black or white. Even when they shot that gorilla, I was thinking about that. You know, evolutionists tell us that we come from the ape family, and of course it begs the question, well, why are there still apes? And they would say, well, in that evolutionary tree, one branch remained apish and one branch became humans. Guess what? We're privileged, greatly privileged, that we got to travel the branch of the human and not the monkey. Again, not a racial thing. So I have to question this whole thing about white privilege. Now, I'll say this too, nothing against women, but I feel privileged that I'm a man. Just not to have to go through that monthly thing or the pregnancy thing or even some other things, I'm happy. But you know what? My black friends always tell me, they say, Bill, and I have many black friends, by the way, they say you've never been in the skin of a black man, so you don't know what it's like to walk into a store and people look at you funny or get into the police thing. That's where I want to go right now to end this, the police thing. Now, I recognize that black people are going to be more scrutinized than white without question. But it's not to the point that you want to create a law or a tax or do something crazy. We've made great progress. We will continue to make progress as we grow together. It's just going to take time. It's not a big deal, okay? And by the way, 2 videos I would just love to see. One would be this, where a cop stops an African American, some routine traffic stop, and the African American submits. Just politely answers the questions and does what the cop asks. I want to see a video where that happens and the cop still shoots him. Well, you're never going to see that because that never happens. And there's African Americans getting stopped all over the place every day that just do like everybody else and politely submit, get your ticket, and move on. But we only see the ones where there's resisting arrest, running, screaming, things getting out of hand. A second video I'd like to watch is where a cop makes a routine traffic stop and shoots a white guy and kills him. Let me give you some facts. 2015, there were 107 instances where a police officer stopped a car and ended up killing somebody in the car. You ready for this? Fact. 2/3 of those were white. The other third, not just African Americans, but all races. So African Americans, Hispanics, those gun-wielding, knife-throwing Asians. Whatever other ethnic group fell in the third, only a third. Do you think you'll ever see a white man getting shot by an officer? No, because you see, that doesn't fit the narrative of Black Lives Matter. So I need to know, somebody needs to tell me what this white privilege thing is all about. Because if it's that great, man, I want to get me some.